First of all, the idea of splitting a man's matrimonial property with a woman has been proven to be problematic.
What up, it's your boy. I'm back with another video review. So with this video review, I want to go over the topic of marriage and how marriage is within the United States and outside the United States, how it can affect you. First off, I'm going to say this is that I understand brothers having issues with getting married in the United States because there's reasons. Because the fact is, the marriage rate and divorce rate, it just doesn't make sense. The divorce rate is pretty high in the States. And basically, you will be punished for doing what is right. That's just how the rules are set up here in the States. It's kind of sad because if you sat there and you took care of a woman, and if she decides that she want to leave you, they will punish you. They will take money from you, make you pay alimony because she decides to leave. So yes, there is a problem with that. That is one of the reasons why a lot of men are deciding to go overseas and basically get married and stay there. Because of the fact is the rules of the land. The rules of the land is twisted. It is horrible. They're running off of 1950s rules while women are running around saying that they don't want to deal with 1950 basic rules of doing stuff of cleaning and cooking and doing things like that, taking care of the family. So right now the whole system it has issues. So that's why a lot of brothers are like, yo, I'm done with this. Go somewhere else. Go where it's more traditional, where women actually take pride in what they do, not only in their appearance, but they also take pride in being a woman and taking care of the household. Because we know how it is in the West, how this whole feminism has turned the tide of how basically it's in the culture and how people or how women think. And a lot of times they actually would shame on women for being a housewife, which is pretty sad. I thought the feminism was to have the option, the choice to choose what you want, but a lot of them, they actually would shame other women. So, but with that being said, moving into these videos, I want to touch on the whole aspect of basically the whole marriage situation and divorce and what to look forward to outside the United States and within the United States. So let's go ahead and jump into this first video. So this first video is about trad wives. I'm all for it, but like I said before, I just don't trust the laws of the land of the United States because these laws will punish a man. So let's check this out.
I think it's been really interesting to see how shocked people are by the term trad wife and how they seem to think it's some new way of living, like it's some unprecedented new trend. Like, have you seen these millennial and Gen Z girls? They just want to be at home with their kids. They want to have husbands and they want to take care of their husbands. They want to cook and they want to clean and they want to wear dresses. It's insane. When in reality, it's literally like the oldest lifestyle in the book. Before this, they were just called stay-at-home moms. And before that, they were just called women. But now our society has gone so far in the feminist direction that anybody who wants to live like a little bit old school and a little bit like how women used to live is fringe, right? Like an extremist. And I just think about how so many of us, since we were little, we were raised in this kind of boss babe feminist society that told us you can be so much more than just a mom. You can be so much more than just a wife. And so many of us listened and we, tried to climb corporate ladders and we boss babed so hard. Now, like, we're a little bit boss babed out. And some of us want to go a little bit more back to our roots, to our ancestors, to the women who came before us and live a little bit more, like they did. Call us crazy, but we like babies. We want to have babies. We want to spend the very few years that we have of them being little with them. We like cooking, we like running a home, we like supporting our husbands and having good marriages. Christ. And yes, we also appreciate cute dresses. The audacity. So call them trad wives, call them stay-at-home moms, call them whatever you want. But just know that no matter how much you try and push the career and the boss babe and the feminist lifestyle onto women, there will always be women who naturally want a more traditional lifestyle. Just like the billions of women who came before us.
Yeah, shouts out to her for that. And like I said before, the biggest thing, well, it's actually two things. The first thing that I mentioned is the laws. The laws of the United States are how men will be punished if things doesn't go right. And again, like I said, the other issue is the fact that the women, you're not sure who is a chameleon, who is out there who's looking to do this, and then after a while she feels like, well, let me go ahead and cash in my chips in this. I'm just gonna leave, and wreck to her family and basically cause financial harm to the man who's been taking care of her. So you have that also to look to watch out for, basically men. So I'm for this. I like this. if it wasn't for the rules, the laws of the United States. But shouts out to those people that actually could do it here in the States, have been doing it. Yeah, shouts out to them.
Marriage is a bad deal for men.
Exactly.
And it does not make sense for men to get married in 2024.
In the West.
Now, this statement is simply a fact. It is just a fact. Facts do not care about the way you feel. So, 50% of marriages end in divorce. Okay? And trad cons will come in and say these are made up stats. They're not, but let's just say they are. So let's cut it in half. Let's go down to 25%. If you did a business deal where your partner is paid to leave, and in the process of leaving, this business partner has the power to accuse you of assault, to ruin your entire reputation, to fire you, to help make you lose your job, to disparage you on social media, to take half of the money that you spent 20 years working for, to take your children. Even if it was a 25% chance, you would think, I don't know if I want to sign that deal. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, that deal is horrible. Shouts out to Pearl for that. But yeah, that deal it is horrible. And here's the thing. Women know in the West that they have the power. As soon as they get married, that's when they stop doing a lot of the stuff that they were doing before they got married. Basically, when they feel like they're done, and they could just cash out their chips, like I said earlier, and they can just basically wreck everything. And the laws will sit there and back them up. So it's just horrible for the man. So there is no benefit for the man. Once you get married, she can stop having sex with you, and she could just talk to you any kind of way because she knows that she has your balls, no matter what. So let's go ahead and move on to the next video. So this might be a skit, I'm not sure, but this actually can happen. It says right here, she wants him to pay child support for his adopted daughter. This is part 2. Pretty interesting.
It's not my kid.
You're signing these papers.
I'm not signing nothing. No, I'm not. I just told you I'm not signing this.
Since she's been born.
This paper, I'm not signing. I'm not signing that.
Watch out, brothers.
This is her decision to get divorced. So why should I pay for her daughter that's not mine biologically? Whether you think I adopted her or not, yeah, I took care of her.
Give us 15 and we'll figure this out.
Okay, so you might need 15. You know what I'm saying?
You're just throwing away 7 years of being in your daughter's life.
You're throwing away 7 years.
You raised her.
This was your idea, not mine.
You raised her. We were together.
This is your idea, not mine.
Yeah, she wrecked the family.
Was it not your idea to get divorced?
Look, we're not getting anywhere.
Okay.
You can jump in with
Let's
that.
take 15 minutes to cool off.
How you don't want to help me take care of Charlotte?
Yo, you being unprofessional.
How you don't want to help me take care of Charlotte?
You're very unprofessional.
So what am I supposed to tell Charlotte? So what am I supposed to tell her?
Tell her that we
So what am I supposed to tell her?
Y'all done.
So you just walking out of her life.
I hate when she tries to gaslight. When women try to gaslight the whole situation, it's like, yo, tell her the truth. You're the one who wanted the divorce. This is it. This is life. You decided to have him be exited out of her life. But of course, she's not going to take accountability for that. But it is what it is.
Completely.
Yes, I am. I'm closing this chapter in my life.
It's effed up. It's effed up that you're doing that. Let's move on to the next video. Yeah, so shouts out to the Toon Network. So it basically said Kenya has abolished 50% divorce settlement to women. And this is how things should be going. I'm not saying that women shouldn't get something from the relationship and so forth. I just think that, the amount that is being given is wild. Basically it should be said that you leave with what you have. It's the same thing as being in a regular relationship. She shouldn't have no right to steal or take money away from you that you worked on. So what's the difference of you guys being in long-term relationships? You cannot touch your assets. You can't. So it's the same thing.
Kenya has abolished 50% divorce settlements for women, and here is why. First of all, the idea of splitting a man's matrimonial property with a woman has been proven to be problematic, specifically in the Western countries where divorce is incentivized. Meanwhile, it's becoming popular in certain liberal African countries. A woman marries a man for a couple of years and make a few babies with him, and the next thing you know is she's filing for a divorce.
Wow.
And she's doing this seeking 50% of the man's wealth. And so a 5-man Supreme Court judges in Kenya considered all that's involved in these situations and voted unanimously in favor of amending that law, which President Ruto has signed into law since last year. The new law provides settlement for the lady based on either the financial contribution she's put into their marriage or a certain percentage is allocated to her based on their number of kids, their ages, and also because she provided a conducive home for the husband to live and thrive. I love women, don't get me wrong, and I will never wish bad for them. But the rate of divorce and the reasons behind why the women are quick to file for divorce are getting absurd, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
It's clear that in many cases the women wouldn't have married the guy if not for the man's money. But we cannot reward that with half of the man's hard-earned wealth when the lady decides to walk away.
Exactly.
And in line with that, I think what the Nigerian novelist wrote is totally true. Eneke the bird says that since men have learned to shoot without missing, he has learned to fly without perching. End of quote. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for every man to be aware of the times and the trends. Don't be charmed by beauty, for it won't last. Find a woman who isn't carried away by money and easily manipulated by the trends of friends. I have a whole episode on this coming up tonight on my YouTube channel. It's Tuntum Network, and I'll suggest you watch it in full. Hope to see you soon.
Yeah, make sure you guys go check out Tuntum Network with the whole thing he has going on. But shouts out to that Kenya, they're doing it right because that's how it should be. You know, I understand that, hey, if it's the man that decides to leave, I understand that he should pay. It is what it is because he initiated the divorce. But how is it that if the other person who initiated the divorce is rewarded with money? That makes no sense. So what is the point? Why? That's why men are like, yo, why am I going to get married? What is the point? It should be it should not be incentivized. It should be set up that, you know, if she put something into it, then yeah, she could get something back. But if she hasn't done that, she shouldn't receive anything. So let's go ahead and move on to the next video. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at what it is dating in other cultures. Not dating, but being married in other cultures, how women look at it.
In Albanian culture, we don't believe in divorce unless you cheat on me. So if you're bored of me, go lay down, you'll be fine. Oh, you think you fell out of love with me? Sit down, have a drink. Moral of the story is, we're not going nowhere. We're stuck together forever. So, with that being said, get you an Albanian.
There you go. You know, that's good to know. As long as you keep your stuff tight and you just want her to the end, you ain't got nothing to worry about. So move on to the next video. Of course, I gotta leave you guys with some eye candy. Let's check it out.
We are Venezuelans. Venezuela is a country in South America, known for its striking natural beauty.
That's what I'm talking about. So, yo, thanks so much for checking out this video. You know, I'm not here to scare people away from getting married and so forth, because I do believe that is something, a great godly thing to do. However, for me, I believe that having it done in the States is probably one of the worst situations you could do, unless you guys make relatively about the same amount, but even then you still come out of pocket a lot of money, especially when the woman is being very emotional at the end. She can cause you thousands and thousands of dollars in the state of the United States. So if I gotta tell you guys, watch out. You know, hey, go overseas, go enjoy yourself, go do your thing, go get married out there. You know, depending on the culture, make sure you do your research. Make sure it's not a culture that is westernized that will hurt you for basically doing what is right, taking care of a woman. So this is your boy, Solo Traveler ORD. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.